Hi, I'm Kira K. Dixon, and today Niall Horan is under the umbrellas. Welcome, Niall.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. It's good to be here.
It is very good to be here. I mean, we have the best view in the house.
This is as good as it gets in my eyes.
What's it like being back at Augusta National?
It never gets boring, put it that way. There's an excitement about being here every year that has never whittled out. I've been coming here luckily for the last 10 years, and every single time those gates open and you drive down Magnolia Lane and walk onto this property, it's like Christmas every time.
I love the shirt you're wearing.
Thank you. It's a fresh Anwa shirt for this year. I was here at the very first one. I feel like it's our baby, and I've watching this competition grow every year has just been unbelievable. So, new shirt, had to rep for the day that's in it, and another exciting final day here.
You've been repping you mentioned since day one.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, it was announced in 2018. The first one was 2019. It was very excited to be just a small part of it. You know, I have a lot of female followers who I always am trying to get into the game, and you know, I love to be part of AMWA. The fact that they get a lot of the guys, you know, the ones that are going to play their last ever amateur event is going to be here at Augusta. You know, to walk down the 18th knowing that this is the last time you'll play as an amateur before you turn pro must be pretty sweet for those guys. I've loved coming to it every year and seeing these girls who have, as we know, they've gone on to do some great things. Like, you know, you got Lottie Wood at the top of the leaderboard again.
Yeah.
You know, after winning last year, and we've had Jennifer Kupcho and Rosang, and it's just been so cool to see those guys leave here and go on to have big LPGA careers.
And become major champions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
You've been here for every single iteration. You've had some wonderful moments. You've performed for the participants. What have been your favorite times over the last so many years now?
Yeah, I've had some amazing, just for the Masters alone, there's been some amazing moments. You know, seeing Tiger here win again after so long. But just Anwa alone has been amazing for me. You know, I got to perform a couple of years ago for the ladies down at Berkman's Place. I think I was a surprise.
Yes, they were very surprised.
Waiting here for someone. Only yesterday we were on the run.
Just to be part of their, you know, their experience here at Augusta National. You know, for some of them it's their first time they've been here. You know, it is what it is. It's absolutely incredible, and if I can be a small part of, you know, a memorable weekend for them over between Champions Retreat and playing here, you know, it's a special thing in their amateur careers, and if I can, you know, say that I was a small part of that, you know, that's pretty cool for me too.
What's the plan today? I know you're going to be watching the final competition. How are you planning on taking it in?
Yeah, I want to get out there. The leaderboard is quite tight now. You know, it was Lottie on her own for a lot of the way around Champions Retreat, but now it's starting to get stacked at the top there. I just looked at the leaderboard, there's like 3 or 4 at 9 under, so I want to get out there, watch all that unfold. I want to go down to, which is something I usually don't do, I want to go down and sit in the grandstand, maybe at 12, 11 and 12, and just like take Amen corner in that way, because usually I'm just kind of on the move, watching it from all different angles, but I never actually, in the 10 years that I've been here, I can't believe I'm saying that, I've been here 10 times, I've actually never really sat in a grandstand and just watched them all play through, so I think I'm going to do that today.
But you wanted to sit under the umbrella first.
I had to come and sit under the umbrella with Kira. Of course I did.
I can't miss at Augusta National. When you do come to Augusta National, you mentioned you usually don't sit in the grandstand, but do you have a usual routine where this is something I have to eat, this is something I have to drink, this is a place I need to make sure I stand?
I try and get through the whole concession menu within the week. Okay. Between all the sandwiches, the breakfast sandwich, the pimento cheese, you know, all of them are great. All the drinks, all the peach ice cream sandwich.
Oh, you can't miss the peach.
It's just nuts. It's so good. I try to get through that menu, but in terms of getting around, to try and watch some of the guys that I know. We managed Tyrrell Hatton, so I'm excited to watch him play this week. Obviously, Rory's a good friend of mine, and Justin Rose, so it'll be nice to get out and watch some of the boys. But I have a route how I get around the course, which side of the fairway I go to, walk up this fairway, down the right side of 2 fairway, I have a whole routine.
Okay.
I know this place like the back of my hand, I feel.
So if you're out there as a patron, somebody happens to be on your route, they might be able to run into Niall Horan.
If they're looking for a guide and like a navigator around Augusta National, I can give you my, back to front route around this place.
That's pretty amazing that you can say that.
Yeah, I should be like one of those tour guides.
You
with
need a little flag.
Yeah, I know my way around.
How did you develop your love for golf?
I think I would say Tiger has a lot to say for that. I suppose
For a lot of people, probably.
Yeah, anyone, especially around my age. Growing up watching Tiger on a weekend in Sunday Red and things like that, it was very easy for me to get into the game of golf. When I was like 10, 11 or so, we had a lot of like great Irish players: McGinley, Clark, Harrington. Now with the boys, Rory and Shane, it was a very accessible sport, it felt. And I got into my local golf club when I was 12. Myself and two of my friends just joined in the summer. We'd play.
That's amazing that you have that in Ireland.
Yeah, it's great. And we'd play like 36 a day in the summer, and it was very easy for us, and I got my handicap down, and then it kind of petered out a little bit for me in, late teens with the end of school and starting my career and things like that. And then, once I started doing the job I do now, it was everywhere I went. We played on tour every day nearly, and I've been so lucky to played some amazing courses because of it, and the friends that I've made through the game, and the places I've been because of the game. It's just it's a game for life. There's no doubt about it, and I've just always loved it, and it's in me now.
It very much is. You've made it a big part of your personality.
Yeah, it's the only part of my personality.
Honestly, me too. I mean, look at me.
The hat's great.
Thank you so much. I was so worried about the hat. I'm so happy that you made me feel comfortable to wear it. So the friends that you've made, one of them is Rory McIlroy. Of course, you have the Irish connection, but you got to caddy for him in the par 3 contest back in 2015. What was that experience like?
It was the first time I'd ever been here at the Masters.
That was your first time?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 10 years. That's right.
Literally.
Wow, what a great first time at the Masters.
That right here, where we are right now.
This is the scene of your glory.
This is the scene of the greatness, where I shanked it into the water and fell over on live TV. Rory had just texted me and said, "Do you fancy caddying at the par 3?"
Oh, that's a great text to get.
And I was just like, yeah.
You don't say no to that.
No, absolutely. And we had just such a great day. Like, get into the overalls. I got McIlroy written on my back, carrying the big bag. We go out onto the range. Tiger's there.
Wow.
Rory's like, "Have you met Tiger before?" I was like, "No." And we went down and we said hello to Tiger, got a picture with him on the range. And then just the day that's in it at the par 3 is just amazing. Such a great family day out.
Yeah.
It's a really good atmosphere. Obviously it gets very serious once the tournament starts around here. Obviously there are the famous Augusta Roars, but for the players it's their last chance to actually be relaxed before they tee it up on Thursday morning. So everyone hitting shots, the caddies hitting shots, the day out. It's just an incredible little thing that they've had here for so long, and the players love being part of it. The patrons love it. And it was just a really special day. I won't be forgetting that anytime soon.
No, and I'm sure something else you won't forget. You mentioned that you were here when Tiger won in 2019.
Yeah.
The return to glory. Where were you on the course when you were watching that unfold? What was that experience like?
Yeah, we were up on it near the clubhouse watching it, and it was just amazing to see it all happen. Like I was one of those people that I always believed that Tiger was going to come back and do something. It's the greatest moment in sport. I can't see it ever been beaten in my lifetime anyway, and it was just so incredible to watch the reason that 90% of people that are in the crowd are into golf do it all over again.
I have to ask you a music question.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I'm a musician, I forgot.
No, golf manager / musician.
Yeah.
Augusta National and the Masters and the Augusta National Women's Amateur does such a great job of storytelling through music. What to you stands out about the power of the music, the theme song, George on My Mind, the way that they present this to the world?
I mean, it's all very visceral here. It all unfolds in front of you in your own eyes, but when you have great music like that to match up to what you see, it makes such a difference. When you sit down and you hear Jim Nantz speak, and you hear all the commentators speak about this place, and with the music to match, and Georgia on My Mind is one of the great songs of all time in my eyes, and it all just comes together so well, as everything does here at Augusta National. The music and the theme song and Georgia on My Mind, it all feels meant to be. It matches up to what we're looking at, to what we look at here right now.
And it really evokes a feeling.
Yeah.
I think that's what you were trying to always achieve as a musician, is to make people feel something.
Yeah, well, I mean, a song is generally 3.5 minutes long these days, and you've got 3.5 minutes to make people feel something. And that's what this place does. The music matches up perfectly. And yeah, I'm kind of stuck for words on that, because it is what it is. You know, you see it, you feel it. And that's what I try to do every time I sit down to write a song. You're always trying to make people feel something.
I'm sure that the storylines we're going to see unfold are going to make people feel a lot as we watch everything happen going into the Masters tournament. What are your storylines that you're watching? What are you most excited for?
Well, obviously, I would love Tyrrell to win. That would be great. I think he's in unbelievable form. He's one of the best in the world at the moment. So, you know, if there was an opportunity, this is it. And then if Tyrrell doesn't win, of course, I'd love to see Rory do it. I mean, I don't want to say it out loud. I don't want to put any more eyes on him. He's already got enough eyes on him. He comes in here every year under serious pressure, and hopefully he can get the job done. I mean, he's had 3 wins this year already. You know, first time he's done it before March. So it's an exciting time to be in Rory McIlroy's golf swing. He's playing really well. He's chipping it well, which is a good thing to have around here.
Very good. Yeah.
And hopefully he can get the job done. And obviously Rosie is, you know, has been unbelievable here over the years. A few second places, very rarely outside the top 10 around here. So it'd be nice to see him play well again and do the job around here. So one of my friends to win a green jacket.
Got a lot of great friends.
It'd be nice to see a green jacket on someone I know.
Very much so. There might not be a green jacket in your future, but there's a little yellow flag around as you give tours.
Correct.
This week.
So if you're here as a patron, come looking for me.
Come looking for Niall
I'm going to
Horan.
get myself a yellow flag.
Exactly. Niall, thank you for joining us
Thanks so much, Karen.